Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Big Al's Eats. We're going to be doing some chicken today, and we're going to do it competition style, but we're not going to go to the full length that I would normally go to if I was entering one of the contests. But I'm going to show you how I prepare chicken thighs, and I'm going to do something a little different. I've got a new knife. It's called a Wiebe knife. It's a Wiebe Beaver knife. It's for scraping pelts. If you're doing taxidermy stuff, I'm going to use this to scrape the skin side of the chicken. I'm going to take the fat off of that skin with this knife. I have used other Wiebe knives for that purpose, but today I think that this Beaver Skinner is going to work fine. And I requested this through Wiebe Knives over there. They've got something for everybody. So let me get the chicken and I'll show you how we're going to scrape the skin. And when you scrape that skin, what it does, you put the skin back on the chicken and then you cook it like you normally would, and it makes for a crispy skin that you can actually bite through. The fat that's on the back of that skin does not want to render down like it should. So we're going to get the fat off, put the skin back on the chicken, and put it on the pellet grill and have some wonderful chicken at the end of the day. Y'all stick around. Let me go get that chicken and get it cleaned up, and we'll skin it out. Okay, here we go. Went down to our local grocery store. I live out in the country. We have a little store down the street. It's called Mike's Country Store. They've got the freshest chicken, steaks, chops, and they make their own sausage. But they've got really good chicken. So what I've done, I've rinsed this off, cleaned it up a little bit, and show you how I prepare it. Let's keep it covered up. We're outside today, so we want to keep those critters off of this. So like I say, I've rinsed it and patted it dry, and I pull the skin back on it. And what I want to do is just completely remove that skin, and usually you can just grab it and pull it right off, and that's what I'm going to do. Let me get this Wiebe knife here and go through it. It's really stuck good to that side. All right, what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to set this skin to the side, and I'm going to trim this up just a little bit. I'm using a 6-inch Wiebe fillet knife. I'm just going to cut this extra fat off that's on there. We don't want to eat that. And there's a little fat on one side there. Flip it around, there's a little fat cap right there. Just going to remove that. Check the ends down here, a little bit of fat right there. Remove that. Set it to the side. Normally what I would do, cooking chicken at home, I would square this up. And when I say square it up, you lay it out here, flatten it out, and it's got little pieces hanging off. I would cut this off right here, that little piece. I would cut this piece off over here, and I'd cut these knuckles off. But since we're just cooking in the backyard today, we don't have any judges other than myself. I'm not going to do all that extreme trimming. Normally you'd want them all to look the same if you've got a judge. So we've got that trimmed up nicely. That'll work. And what I've got a brine over here. I'm going to brine this chicken for about 4 hours. So I'm just going to drop it down in this brine that I have over there. And the brine consists of equal parts of kosher salt and brown sugar. And then you can add any other types of flavors in there you want. I've got some smoked garlic powder. I've got some smoked paprika. I've got several different things. Put what you like in there. So now let's try this. Let's try this skin and see how this Wiebe Beaver knife is going to do on it. Just got to get it opened up, get it spreaded out. And I don't know that this is going to work. It looks like it would be a good knife for that. So what we could do is just come over here and start scraping. And it seems to be doing a wonderful job. I like it already. It's doing exactly what I thought it was supposed to do. And that's what this knife was designed for, to cut the, you know, if you skin an animal, you want to get the skin ready for making something out of it. You know, you got to get all the fat and the meat off, then you tan that hide. And this is one of the processes that those taxidermy people do. So this is working great. It's doing exactly what I wanted it to do. Where in the past, I've used this Wiebe knife like this, and I mean, it works good, but you have to be real careful because it's extremely sharp, and you can cut through that skin. And cutting through the skin's not anything that I really want to do. So just scrape the little extra bit of fat off of there, and we're gonna put this back on that chicken thigh, and then go through the cooking process. Works really good. If any of you, this is something that you could do at home if you like. But you know, normally you don't do your chicken skin like this. This is something that I just do when I'm doing the competition type chicken. And it's working great. If you're into that, or you just want to impress your neighbors, your friends, when you invite them over for a cookout, do this to your chicken. They will be very impressed. And the way I think about it is, crispy skin is just as good, if not better, than the chicken. All right, I've about got this one done. I've got 5 more to do. I'm gonna go ahead and do those, and we'll be back in a little bit and show you how we're gonna season them and then put them on the pellet grill over there. So y'all stick around. We'll be back shortly. Okay, I'm on the last one now. There is somewhat of a learning curve. You got to keep the blade kind of flat and keep the fat that you scrape off, keep it cleaned off of there. You want this knife to kind of grab a little bit, and that's exactly what it's doing. But when it builds up with that fat layer on it, you can see that. You know, just wipe it off. You don't have to use a rag. Just get the majority of it off, and go back and just scrape again. It really works great. It far exceeds my expectations, but it really cleans that fat off of the back really nicely. So there you have it. I've got all the skin done. I've got the chicken in a pot over here with some brine in it. We're brining that chicken, so we're gonna let it brine for another hour or so, and then we're gonna season it, put it on the grill. Y'all stick around. Okay, we've got the chicken marinated. It's been sitting in that brine for a couple of hours. It's time to season. So let's take it out, put it on this tray, and get some seasoning going. I'm just gonna lay it out, and what I'm gonna try to do is keep one hand dry, one hand wet. So spread this chicken out, and I'll go through the seasonings that I'm gonna use on this. And after we get it seasoned, I'm going to put the skin back on it. I've kept the skin separate in a plate over here. So now let's start out with a little, let's see what we got here. There we go, smoked garlic. Smoked garlic powder. We'll put a little layer on there, on each piece. Next, I'm going to use some lemon pepper. This is the way I season chicken every time. I do this with ribs, all kinds of pork, same seasonings. Put a little lemon pepper on there. That lemon pepper really gives it a pop. You know, it gives you a little something, you know, that, you know, what is that? You know, it gives it that pop. So let's put a little lemon pepper on there. on each piece. I'm not going real heavy with these seasonings either because I'm going to season both sides. Alright, that looks good. And now I've got what I affectionately call a rib rub. It's several different types of seasonings, but the main ingredient is paprika. And we've put a little dusting of that on there. It's just going to help. It'll add flavor, another layer of flavor, but it's going to make the color really pop. Just a light coat, and then this rib rub, it's got garlic powder in it, pepper, salt, just it's just a blend that I like, and I've been using it for, gosh, 20 years. It works. All right. Now, I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to season the back side. And I'll explain what I'm going to put on the back side. What I have here is lemon, butter, garlic. It's a mixture of the three seasonings. Lemon, butter, garlic. It just adds another layer of flavor. And this is a real powdery type mixture. I've got fans blowing. I need to cut a fan off. Just blowing my seasonings away. But then again, we are outside. I'm just doing a little tap on here, get each piece done. And it smells good. You can smell that butter flavor. And butter's gonna come into this picture again. All right, that looks good. Now what I'm gonna do is get this skin. You saw what I did with the skin. I scraped all the fat off of the inside of that skin, and I've kept it on a paper plate here, wrapped with a wet paper towel, keeping it moist. And there's that skin. What I'm going to do, I'm going to flip this over, put the skin right back on it, and tuck it under. There you go. They're just like that. There's nothing to that. Show you how I do it one more time. I just unfold this skin, open it up, turn that chicken over, wrap the skin around it. That's simple. All right, we're going to wrap the rest of these. We'll be back in a minute and show you the finished product before we put it on the grill. Y'all stay tuned. Okay, as you can see, I've taken the chicken off of that tray, and I've put it in a tin pan here, disposable pan, got it laid in there. I'm going to hit it with just a little bit of smoked salt. This is cold smoked salt. I'm just hitting a light dusting on the top. It'll help crisp that skin up. And now I've got real butter. I've cut it in like 1 teaspoon pieces, and I'm just going to tuck it in around all of these chicken thighs. It's going to take a little butter bath. This is going to be so good, y'all. All right, there you have it. All I have to do now is light the grill, put it on. We're gonna do that now. Y'all stick around and you'll see that here in a few minutes. Okay folks, we got this camp chef running at 275 degrees. I got the chicken ready to go. Getting ready to take that butter bath. So let's raise the top up. Get it on there. Close the lid down. We're gonna let it go for about an hour and 15 minutes. Then we're gonna take it up. We'll take it out of the butter bath, put it right back on until we get an internal temperature between 165 and 175. Then it's time to eat. It's so simple, a caveman could do it. Y'all stick around for a couple hours. We'll get this done. Okay folks, this chicken been cooking an hour at 275 degrees. It's time to take it out of that butter bath, put it directly on the grate, and let's finish it up. So let's get with this. Let's just slide this down. It's looking good. And what we're going to do when we get it out, we're going to reserve this juice, and we're going to baste it a little bit while it's finishing up. Takes a minute to get it off, but wait, we're really cooking out here. All right, there we go. We'll just leave this basting liquid here and leave it like it is. We're gonna jack the temperature up to 300 degrees. And finish it up. Shouldn't take but about 30-45 minutes, and we'll show you the finished product. Okay, I just checked internal temperature of these chicken thighs. We're at 178 degrees. They're done. Let's pull one off and taste it. Oh, they're looking good. Looking real good. Let's put it on this plate. Let that cool just a second. We'll do a taste test. Okay folks, we're done with the chicken. I done took up a piece. It's time to taste now. Let me pick this up. Let's get us a little taste of this. Oh, the smell. Gosh, this is unbelievable. One bite. Oh man. Moist, tender, flavorful. There's so many layers of flavor in this. Unbelievable. Oh, goodness. Try this recipe. I promise you'll love it. And one thing that made it great was that Wiebe knife, the beaver knife. It really cut the fat on the backside of that skin. A little bit of a learning curve. Keep the knife flat and move across it. Keep your knife blade clean. Works great. The skin is perfect on it. Perfect bite through. So, hey, for Big Al's Eats, Wiebe Knives, get you some of this. Go over there to Wiebe Knife, W-I-E-B-E. Check them out on their webpage. Look at all the different knives they have to offer. They are fantastic knives, and they will last you a lifetime. Well, they have a lifetime warranty. Thank y'all for watching Big Al's Eats today. Thank you for subscribing and checking out Wiebe Knives. Y'all have a good day. Let's eat some chicken, y'all. What do you say?